Had a fun weekend. Congratulations to Neil and Kara again. They are
Beautiful weekend.
Beautiful weekend. They are married now.
Mr. and Mrs. Cowett.
Mr. and Mrs. Cowett. Definitely some memorable moments, mainly when John commented on how jacked Neil's brother-in-law is and how
Had a hell of a day sitting outside before.
Oh, dude, that was like I haven't done that in a while. Sitting outside, it's nice and sunny, cigar in hand, beers, getting a little sunburned. It was great.
Yep.
You know what though? We talked about this. We thought we started too late, right? Was that the worry? We started too late?
Yeah.
But I made the comment that I think that our group, we scale well to day drinking where, you know, where we need to be is where we need to be. And I think we were heading for a good direction, maybe getting a little too carried away. And then our guardian angel showed up.
Yep. Oh my God.
This large man with a size 17 shoe, because John asked, came and gave us little bottles of water from the heavens. And it was perfect.
That hit the spot.
It set us right in the right direction.
Yeah, it completely changed like the mood of everything that was happening.
It really
It's like
did.
I felt like I could conquer the world after that.
Yeah.
He was great. Came out of nowhere. But yeah, it was a lot of fun over the weekend. Had a lot of fun with you guys.
Yeah, I feel like a little bit of like old times, you know?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was nice.
definitely.
We're getting back to normal, slowly but surely.
I feel like, you know, my entire night from when we got to the venue, like we're sitting down at dinner, my entire night is one big blur of Jeff Mello. Like in my face, talking loud, me talking loud,
dancing.
It's one big blur of Jeff Mello.
Yeah.
I wonder how much more dancing, like, because that was the second wedding that venue had done this year.
Yeah.
I have to imagine we danced a lot more than whoever came before us.
There was a lot of dancing. I mean, there was right off the bat with Fast Car, one of the first regular songs played, and we were up there.
Yeah.
We were up there ready to go. I don't think they've ever seen anybody dance to Fast Car before in there. It's the first time.
I gotta tell you, I was pretty winded dancing with my mask. I feel like I was out of breath all day yesterday.
I will tell you, I was the first person to yell at all these assholes. They're being like, "You can't breathe. I can't breathe in my mask. I can't wear my mask." And then I put my mask on and I was dancing on the floor and I could not breathe. It was bad. It's a mix of like me being severely out of shape and then also like wearing the mask. It just wasn't it wasn't great.
I will say a huge difference switching to the black mask. I don't know if you switched.
Yeah. Oh yeah, as soon as you showed me, I switched. It was a world of difference. That other one was like a plastic bag.
That thick cloth mask was not conducive to dancing.
No, for sure not. And also, like, to comment on their DJ, first of all, fantastic music selection. I know Neil and Kara put a lot of work into the playlist and what songs to pick, but Neil was telling me that he gave the DJ a list of songs that he liked and was like, I'm also going to mix these songs in. And he's like, yeah, that's perfect. Like, this list is great. But not only did he play the songs, but he had 3 gigantic TVs set up playing the music videos for all the songs.
That was really cool. That was a nice touch. You don't remember that, Adam?
Nope.
What?
I don't recall.
Did you not look at the DJ booth once at all?
No, I was dancing.
I mean,
I feel like we talked about it a lot.
Yes.
Okay, well, you know what?
Take our word.
You win some, you lose some.
But yeah,
that
so
was
yeah,
cool.
the thing, and it reminded me of when we were up in Maine for Tom's bachelor party a couple years ago. There was that club we were at that did the same thing. And they played the music videos. I'm like, that's such a nice touch. It's like
it is.
It's incredible because a lot of these like songs that we played, like a lot of them were throwbacks. A lot of them were like boy band throwbacks. There was a huge like little like sprint of Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears. No, but those 3 definitely. And it was nice to see those music. Hadn't seen those music videos in so long. I thought that was I thought that was cool.
That was very cool.
Yeah. So anyway. Congratulations, Kara and Neil. Let's get into it. Average Nobody's Podcast, number 117 for April 12th, 2021. I'm Matt.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Adam.
Hello.
I'm bed-stricken.
Bed-stricken? I see. Yeah. Well, that looks like a comfortable position you're in, though.
It's very comfortable. If I fall asleep.
You fall asleep like that, like in a second? Are you going to fall asleep halfway through?
I am.
It depends on how good Adam's riddles are.
Yeah, if they're bad riddles, Adam, I'm I'm gonna fall asleep, and you're gonna feel bad.
If you want to see Ryan very comfortably laying in that bed, you can go to youtube.com/theaveragenobodies and see the video version of this podcast, which we do have. And you can go ahead and see Adam. You can see Ryan. I mean, you can see Adam. You can see Ryan. You can see me. Adam is no longer a still photo though. This week he's back. He's here.
Back to regular old ugly Adam.
Same hair though. Same hair.
Same hair. Right. Yeah. Same hair. Same hair. It's good,
all right.
man.
So for everyone following along at home, the updated we've had a string of weeks where there's only been 2 of us, and so for the updated scorecard is Matt at 24, Ryan at 27, Adam with a commanding lead of 28.5, and Mitch with 4.
Right.
So
correct.
I made my slowly creeping in.
Slowly.
I made all of the riddles really bad this week, so you guys won't get any points, and I can stay in first place for one more
you
go.
You would.
You son of a
All right, here we go.
Ready.
This popular actress from the 90s has had a charmed life, whether it's ratting around in a mall or cruising Beverly Hills. I can't see Ryan, by the way.
Oh, Ryan raised his hand. I didn't raise my hand.
Oh yeah, I can't. This Matt.
Wait,
so you're gonna have to be on the honor system.
You can't see Ryan?
No, he just disappeared.
Oh,
he disappeared. Like
all
I can see is his
yeah.
image.
So he raised his hand. I didn't raise my hand, but I think I might have an idea.
My guess is gonna be Alyssa Milano.
Ooh, that is wrong.
Is it Alicia Silverstone?
Also wrong.
Shit. Charmed.
I assume she was in the show Charmed.
Yeah, I don't know anybody from that show.
Ryan, you're back. I can see you again.
I don't know anybody from the show Charmed. Not one person. And then
not even her.
Again?
Yes, this popular actress from the 90s had a charmed life, whether it's ratting around in the mall or cruising Beverly Hills.
Oh, Mallrats? From Mallrats? Oh, man. Oh. It's not the chick from Big Daddy, is it?
No.
Oh, no, then I don't know.
You guys give up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Shannon Doherty.
Okay. Yeah, I picture her in my head, but I don't know her name.
All right, I get it now. Was Alyssa Milano in Charmed?
I think so.
I could just be thinking of a totally different show.
How old is Shannon Doherty today?
Oh, Ryan, you want to go first, or do you want me? To
Yeah, I'm gonna say Shannon Doherty is 51.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that she is 54.
Ooh, Shannon Doherty is 50.
Oh,
5-0.
Dang.
I was gonna say that too.
No points. Sorry.
Well, I should get one.
Them are the rules.
I can't see you anymore, Ryan. So Matt, you're gonna have to be the judge for me.
Yeah.
I'll just scream if I think I know it.
Ryan, you can see me, right?
I can see you. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll play honor system on each other.
Okay.
The rival of Danny's 11 and apprentice to the Godfather, this intimidating actor has found his singing voice. Mamma Mia!
That is Andy Garcia singing Fernando in Mamma Mia. It's not the first time.
It is Andy Garcia.
I love Andy Garcia.
I do love Andy Garcia. Andy Garcia is. Andy Garcia is 62 years old.
Damn it. That's what I was going to say.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to say 64.
Oh, Ryan. Andy Garcia, 65.
Oh, man. Damn.
Looking great for 65.
Happy birthday, Andy Garcia.
Actually, I haven't seen him recently, so he could look terrible.
Such an insane cameo in that Mamma Mia movie. They just like throw him in, and like he shows up every once in a while, and then he has like this big number with Cher at the end. It's a wild scene. Anyway.
All right, let's go.
So this next actor, not actor, but this next person, he's no longer with us. He died in 2013.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he was lost.
Yeah, he ran away. The Stephen King of badass action novels. His characters show no remorse. He wasn't afraid of a little Ghost Recon, and I'm sure he enjoyed a good Rainbow Six. Ryan.
Tom Clancy?
It's Tom Clancy.
Okay, all right.
How old do you think Tom Clancy would have been today?
So how old would he have been today?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say 70.
He was born in the year.
Oh, I still would be able to get it. I'm gonna say 75.
Matt?
I'm gonna say 85.
Tom Clancy would have been 74 today.
Oh wow!
Matt, just guess one off of Ryan.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
You're getting
I can't
screwed
believe that.
today. You're getting screwed today.
Getting goddamn ridiculous.
Okay. This actress parks her Mercedes and enjoys some recreation in her leopard print bathrobe after she's done bailing out Jerry, Larry, Terry, Gary.
Oh, it's oh shit! Oh my god! I mean, she's from Parks and Rec. I can't think of her name. She drives a Mercedes, the black lady. God damn it!
Not even the character name.
It's Donna Meagle is
there
the
you
character.
go. Ryan got it.
Is it?
I don't know her real name though.
Isn't her name is just like one name, isn't it?
It is.
Q.
Oh, Retta.
That's it.
Yes.
Her name. That's it. Just one. Her name is just one name.
Yep.
Okay.
Like Sting.
Like Sting. Yes.
The wrestler.
Yes.
How old is Retta today?
Ooh. Matt, you go first.
She's 46.
I'm gonna say she's 53.
No.
Retta is 51.
Okay.
Right. Hey, right there though.
You are right there. Here's the thing: when the next number you think like one in either direction.
Okay, I like it.
A favorite TV dad of the 90s and grandfather of the 2010s, he always seems to be married with a family.
Wow.
Ryan?
It is Ed O'Neill.
It's Ed O'Neill.
Sweet Ed.
Ed O'Neill is also in there's this movie Ed O'Neill is in. It's a Thanksgiving movie called Dutch. It's hilarious. Like I don't know a single other person that's seen it, but it's so funny. He plays he's dating this woman, and she's divorced and she has a son at a private school, and he's a real asshole, but he doesn't know that. And Ed O'Neill offers to go pick him up, and it's the first time they meet, and they give each other hell on this road trip to get to Thanksgiving dinner. It's really funny. How old is?
I feel like he's good in everything. He's just
he is.
At least funny in everything. Yeah.
How old is Ed O'Neill today?
So I think I know this. If I don't know it, I know I'm gonna be one off. I think he's 72 today.
I'm gonna say he's 71 today.
Ed O'Neill is 75 today.
Oh damn!
I knew he was in his 70s because I looked him up.
That's crazy.
And when I was watching Modern Family, yeah, isn't he like a black belt in Taekwondo or something?
Yes,
I don't know
what he's a black belt in, but yes, he is.
Yeah,
in some discipline. Discipline.
One of the most sought-after Little Women in Hollywood, already being nominated for 4 Oscars. This actress has ranged from being a handful as a badass assassin to a 1950s Irish girl in love.
Ryan.
Did Ryan raise his hand?
Yeah, Ryan raised his hand.
Okay, Ryan.
Saoirse Ronan?
Saoirse Ronan. Today is your birthday. How old do you think Saoirse is?
I'm going to say 30.
I'm going to say that she's 28.
27.
Ah!
She's 27 today.
Damn.
Imagine being that successful at 27.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, look at us at 30.
No, I can't.
32. Fuck.
That's true. I'm probably more successful than she is.
That's right.
Right. You got a full life.
Right.
House. wife,
nice.
baby.
Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't have a baby.
We have two
Well,
adoring fans in Jeff and Justine.
Mhm. All right, last one. She's no stranger to a rough night. This broad tore down New York City with her wild style and attitude.
I think you, Ryan.
Literally the same time from when I was looking. Literally the same time.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Ryan.
Matt.
No,
You
you
got
go. You go. You go ahead.
Alana Glazer.
No. Yes, it's a lot.
Well, if it wasn't that, I was gonna guess the other one.
Were you gonna guess her?
Yeah, I was gonna guess Alana Glazer.
So we could do a half.
No.
No,
I mean,
but
Adam, if you truly think it was at the exact same time.
It looked pretty.
It looked like at the exact same time.
All right,
to
we'll do a half each if you think that's the case.
We'll split it.
Well, Matt, who do you think it is?
What do you mean? Alana Glazer. Why can't I all of a sudden not hear myself?
All right, I'll do a half each.
Yeah, that's fair, I think.
All right. So how old is Alana today?
Yes. How old is Alana today?
How old is she? You go ahead.
I'm gonna say 36.
I'm gonna say she's 35.
She's 34.
Fuck!
I can see it on the tip of your tongue.
Fuck! It was almost. I almost said 34, but I was like, that's too close in age to me.
Yep.
I knew she was just a little bit older.
God
no
damn,
no
what
birth.
the fuck?
Nobody got any ages today, but
No
you know,
ages.
well done on the guesses of the people.
That's
those
what
are
we
good.
do.
Also today, let's see. There was a couple others. I just I don't know a whole lot about them, so I couldn't come up with Brooklyn Decker, also 34 today.
Wow. Just go with it. Fame.
Claire Danes from Homeland, which I've never seen, and then the girl from Bubble Boy, her birthday today too.
Oh.
And then another
Happy
actress named
birthday
Jennifer
to her.
Morrison, who's super familiar, but I cannot fucking put my finger on anything she's in. She was one of Ted's girlfriends in that
How I Met Your
fucking
Mother.
thing.
How I Met
It's
Your
the
Mother?
girl from Grind. That's what it is.
From Grind. What a movie.
Yeah. Good movie.
What a pull. It is a good movie. I like that movie a lot.
All right, well done,
She was
fellas.
also in what was she in? She's in I think a show that I like.
Once Upon a Time? House?
Charmed?
How I Met Your
Was
Mother.
it Charmed? Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
she was Zoe in How I Met Your Mother for
That's actually
13
one of the only.
episodes.
I did like that storyline with her and the captain, and
Yeah.
that one wasn't.
Who
too
was the
bad.
captain again?
The guy from Twin Peaks, Kyle.
Oh,
something.
right. Yep. Kyle MacLachlan.
Sarah McLachlan's dad.
Is it?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem
No,
right.
it's not.
The ages don't line up.
It's right. All right, what do we got on tap next, Matt?
All right. So very, very, very exciting next segment. We are going to be doing a snake draft of the top, each of us, we pick 5, top 5 movie characters that we would want to be. Here's how this works. We discussed this ahead of time a few podcasts ago. We wanted to, you pick your top 5 people you'd want to be in a movie. So you have to be, you're in that world. You do the things that person does. And you also have to live with the consequences of the world that person lives in. That kind of thing. Like you're not just
you have assumed their past.
like
also.
I don't right. I don't just become James Bond in my chair right now. You know what I mean? Tux and all. Like it's you are in that world. You assume, like Adam said, their past, their future, things that would happen currently, and all of that. So we're gonna do a snake draft. We'll start. I guess we'll just randomly. We'll start with Ryan. We'll go Ryan, just the order I'm seeing now on the screen. Ryan, me, Adam. Adam will pick again, and then we'll go back the other way. That's how a snake draft works. And we'll go until we're all done. And does someone want to keep track?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
I'm really interested in to see who you guys pick because my list is like, I don't know. I think it's weird.
And also, this wasn't suggested to us by anybody, right? This is just something we came up with. Or Ryan, did you?
I'm pretty sure I came up with it.
Barstool did it for. I don't know if I don't listen to the movie podcast. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And they just put up like a graphic, but I think it might have been like Robbie Fox and that guy who writes for Family Guy, Alex Sulkin. He's like one of the writers of Family Guy, but he and Robbie Fox go back and forth on Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
And they just do like top 5 things. So they'll do like top 5 like weapons in movies or top 5 whatever. And they did one, which was this one. So it's not really like a podcast. They just kind of tweet at each other.
Yeah.
And then people just like reply to that with their top 5. So I saw that and I thought it'd be interesting for us to do it because I think ours would be more interesting than the ones they came up with. Like the ones they came up with were kind of boring in my opinion. So
excellent. Well, I think I agree. I came up with some good ones. I also have some honorable mentions. Hold your honorable mentions until we finish, and then we'll each read through our. If you have extra ones, you have extra ones. If not, whatever.
And it's movies only, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So
or else that would get very complicated.
Yeah, I didn't want to do TV. Because I feel like movies are harder too because for the most part, you're just seeing like, a couple hour sample.
Right.
Whereas a TV show, it could be like 10 years or something.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll start off. So this isn't necessarily my order. This is just how I have them written down.
Mm.
So I don't really have a 1 through 5. I like them all equally.
Okay.
But number 1 is Rusty Ryan, who is Brad Pitt from the Ocean's movies.
Okay, Rusty.
Ooh,
okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a really good one, Ryan. You know why? Because like I when I saw Andy Garcia, it was his birthday. I was like, oh, Danny Ocean might be. No, I don't know if Danny Ocean would be cool. He's in like, I never got there to Rusty Ryan, but that's a really good one.
Thank you. He gets to eat all the time. I feel like, and he doesn't have the same stress and the same, like he's kind of almost like an under the radar leader. Where Danny Ocean's the guy everybody knows, the authorities are after him, he's getting beat up,
right?
All that stuff. Where Brad Pitt just kind of is like the hidden mastermind behind all this, but
he
still obviously has some skills.
It also doesn't hurt to look like Brad Pitt in a movie universe, right?
Yes.
Very good pick. Very good pick.
Thank you.
Okay, so I do have mine in order. As I do have a definitive number 1 and number 2, and then the rest of them I just kind of like list in there. But anyway, my number 5. This would be my number 5. Ellen.
We got to do your number 1.
No. Oh, as a first overall pick.
What if I pick it? Yeah. What if your number 1 is somebody I pick and you can't have them?
Oh fuck! Well, I just said it. I just said
I didn't
my
hear
5th.
it.
You didn't hear it?
No. I didn't hear it either. No.
Oh, okay. All right. My number 1, Gandalf.
Ooh.
Gandalf, easy. If you had told me I could be just me, Matt Vieira, transported into any world or like fictional place, it would be Middle Earth. Easily, hands down, I would want to live in the Shire and just like chill out. And now if I could be any character in the world, I don't know if I'd want to be a hobbit because that's too regular. I could still hang out in the Shire, but
being a hobbit would rule.
I mean, being a hobbit wouldn't be terrible. It would not be terrible. But I want to be Gandalf. I want to be a super powerful wizard. And Gandalf is badass. And to live like his life, first of all, lives forever. Not forever, but he lived multiple lifetimes compared to us. And also, he catches a ride on the last boat out of Middle Earth with the elves. He is a man of royalty. So, I mean, Gandalf is my number 1 draft pick, easily, hands down. He's a badass. And it's like he's not the same like wizard you'd see in other things. Like he's a total badass. So saves the day many a time.
I'll say I thought about Gandalf too, but like I would not want to inherit Gandalf's past too much. It's too much.
I mean, it is and it isn't, but you see how it plays out for him. That's not a bad way to go. You know what I mean? That's not a bad way. To like, I mean, he's such a fucking badass to fight the Balrog and then I don't know, come back as Gandalf the White and then fucking ride. I mean, come on. What is his horse's name?
Shadowfax.
Show us the meaning of haste.
Show us the meaning of haste. All right.
I like that. I like Gandalf.
Mine are like Ryan. I'm just, based off of your first 2 guesses.
Okay.
I can probably already tell that mine aren't going to be the same. So like Ryan, I don't have any particular order. So I'm not too worried.
You don't have any more desirable than any others on your list?
What do you mean?
Like you don't have anybody on, like if you could only pick one on that list, you couldn't say definitively there's one that you'd rather do more than the others?
I really don't know.
Okay, just go for it then.
It's a tough
Let it rip. You get 2 picks right here now. Remember that.
I do. I get some back. All right, you're right. I got back-to-back picks right now.
Let it
rip. All right, so I guess with my number 1 pick, I am going to go with the International Man of Mystery, Austin Powers.
That's a great pick.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
You know, he's got some, it's never too serious, even though like it is serious, but he's always got it. He's always got it figured out.
Right. And because of it's a comedy, things will work out in your favor.
Exactly. So that's the sort of direction that I went in with my list.
I like it. Yeah, I like that.
Exactly.
I like that a lot.
He's got an awesome house, gets to drive cool cars, travel the world, and
he's always with beautiful women.
Spy,
He's
beautiful women.
Beautiful women.
You know, he's a good character.
He's got bad teeth though.
He gets them fixed.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
All right, and so I guess for number 2, I'll stay in sort of the same vein.
Don't say what I think you're gonna say. Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say James Bond.
You're not gonna say a certain male prostitute?
No, definitely not.
I thought you were gonna go with Deuce Bigelow for sure.
No, okay. Definitely not. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with to sort of switch it up a little bit. I'll go with Ferris Bueller.
Very good.
One of my guys.
Very good.
You know why? Not only was he it was very obvious he was a super cool guy, and he does has a lot of confidence, and he's got Sloane. He's got a reliable best buddy, and you know what? Everything probably works out really well for him in his life. Everything probably goes really well for him.
When we were briefly talking about it at the after party the other night, that was one that Connor had brought up.
Oh.
Connor had said he would pick Ferris Bueller, and I agree that was a very good pick. I said that Ferris Bueller's a good pick. Just overall cool guy. You know, you got that going for you. He's young.
I feel like Ferris Bueller could go one of 2 ways. He could be a cool guy into adulthood, or he could be one of those guys who never grows up and turns into a bust.
Sure.
I guess that's up to you though, Adam.
Sure, right, exactly.
No,
yeah.
he everything works out for him just fine.
Okay.
And then the bottom falls out.
Oh, God.
And he's homeless.
Oh no.
That is a deep Ferris Bueller 2, homelessness.
Okay. So coming back around to me,
Yep.
My pick here, this is the only one that I really totally threw caution to the wind, because I thought that this would be very badass to be this person or thing. And yeah, so I would want to be the T-800 from Terminator.
Okay.
Huh.
So
what an arc.
Right, exactly. Great arc. And mix in some time travel. That's great. It's just overall pretty badass character. I'm a robot, sent from the future to terminate, and I don't know. I just thought that would be fucking cool. And also, my skin, I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, so I'm jacked.
Have you seen the newest one?
No, not the newest one. No.
Well, you know what? Actually, you know what? I won't spoil it for you, but
Well, I know he's in it.
There's more. Yeah, there's more. The T-800 goes someplace I never thought he'd go.
And also,
pretty good, pretty cool.
They keep rewriting and remaking these movies, so my story will never die.
Right. True.
So T-800.
You're really on the living forever character.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Matt does not want to die.
Yeah. It goes downhill for the next few. So
those were your clear cut numbers 1 and 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 1 and 2. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. I have a third one here that I like as well, but we'll get to that in a minute.
All right, Rye. What do you got? You got back-to-backs here.
Back to back. So my number 2, I guess I'll pick. It's funny that you mentioned this movie earlier. I'm going with Anton LeConte from Deuce Bigelow.
Great one.
I mean that he pretty much lives a life. He's very successful.
He does.
He gets to date all these beautiful, not date, I guess, but be with these beautiful women all the time.
Yep.
He's in fantastic shape.
Yes.
Beautiful hair.
Great. Beautiful hair. Yes.
He's feared, which I kind of like.
If anybody drops a cigar ash on your rug. They're gonna have to
You
pick
know
it
what I'll
up.
do to them.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Go pick it up with my
You're in
anus.
the the International Man Horse Guild or whatever it's called.
Right. I mean, it's probably an interesting life.
That's a really good one.
The only
Does-
thing is, I don't know how good his like when he becomes elderly. That's gotta be pretty sad. But
Well, he probably
Okay.
stashed away some money, right? You probably have a
Yeah.
pretty good retirement.
right. And I mean, he seems like he has other skills too. He likes fish. He has like nice fish tanks.
Yeah, so you got that hobby going for you.
Fishy, fishy, fishy. So then my number 3 would be Jeremy Gray, Vince Vaughn from Wedding Crashers.
Excellent.
Oh,
Excellent. Nice.
Good
Which
one.
I just like I'm just a big Vince Vaughn fan in general, but I feel like I would love to have like that type of personality. 'Cause similar to like Austin Powers, like it's like a comedic life you have. Like everything ends up turning out okay. But he like has a successful like marriage counseling business with his best friend. They crash weddings, which seems like a ton of fun. But then he ends up settling down with like a very successful woman whose like dad is like one of the most powerful people in the world. And by the end of the movie, like they're pretty happily together, even
Yeah.
though she's a little crazy. So you have to, I'd have to get through that part of it, being with Isla Fisher, the
Right.
crazy part. But
Yeah, that'd be
think
tough.
But they seem happy.
right, and he matures, he stops wedding crashing, and I'm sure they eventually start a family.
He just is so
But
charismatic too.
He's so
It's
charismatic.
like charisma off the charts.
Yeah, like he can woo anyone he wants.
Yeah.
That's a
Man,
great.
woman.
That's a great one, Rye.
Thank you. So yeah, and now so we'll go back to Matt
Yes. So my
for third round.
yes, my third pick in the my pick in the third round will be Harry Potter. Being very mad, going right back to the magic, back to the well.
His parents were murdered.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but also like he
So much trauma.
but he went to a school for witchcraft and wizarding, right? Isn't that the fucking thing? Witchcraft and wizarding.
Yes.
Listen,
Sorry, I'm just keeping track of everything.
I don't know if you can tell. I want to be someone who
You
can
want
cast
powers.
spells. I want powers, man. I want powers. I want to travel through time as a robot, or I want to be able to cast spells with a wand or a staff. That's where I'm at. Harry Potter's he's the chosen one.
He does. It's a pretty
He is
stressful
the
life.
chosen one.
It's a stressful life early on for him. But once he hits 18, right around that age, from then on it's smooth sailing.
Spoiler
I guess.
I
alert.
mean,
Does Voldemort just go away?
who knows?
Ryan, you haven't. Forget it. I'm not getting into this with you.
I've only read the first 4.5 books.
No,
You haven't
I'm,
seen the
I'm not telling
movies?
you the end.
No, I'm not watching those gosh darn movies.
Ryan, he was never real.
Oh,
He's
so
not
it's like
real.
bad words.
Voldemort
It's just
was
like-
never real.
Yeah, it's just like bad words, right? The little Indian kid in Bad Words is he was never real.
Figment of
So yeah,
Yeah,
Harry
me.
Potter, boom, easy,
Okay.
done. Got a good group of friends as well,
does have
and
a
like
very
every
loyal group of
single
friends.
meal at Hogwarts looks out of this world,
That's true.
It's true.
right? I mean, come on. Okay,
Can't argue
Got it.
with that.
Right? Compared to what we were eating at fucking North Providence High School, are you kidding?
Slop.
Right? Candles floating in the air, these gigantic turkey looking things, and I mean it's delicious. Yeah, all right. Adam?
Third round.
So, I guess my third round pick, I'm gonna go with the same vein as my first two picks. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
So you're
I
a
wanna
pet
hear this
detective.
one.
I'm a pet detective. Like he just gets to spend all day with animals. He loves animals,
Okay.
and he meets Courtney Cox, and then he goes to the jungle and sees more animals. He's like gets to wear Hawaiian shirts all day. Pretty sweet life.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I think,
Friends with Dan Marino.
He was friends with Dan Marino. The comedic part of it, because it's kind of stressful, but everything ends up all right. So
Exactly. Another guy. Everything's gonna be all right.
I didn't even think of it really this way, but like comedies are super safe picks because like as far as like you as a person, because everything
Yeah.
is going to go right for that person. Usually, right, in a comedy, the main character, everything works out for that person.
yeah, unless it's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Judd Apatow comedy.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess my fourth round pick, sort of inspired by the Masters this weekend, would be a one Happy Gilmore.
Ooh, good one. Good one.
I like Happy Gilmore. Actually, one of the guys from Barstool picked him, and at first I didn't like it, but I guess it could be a good one. Although I feel like he would have a lot of brain damage and stuff later in life.
Yeah, probably. But you also have a lot of money from all the golf winnings.
True.
A lot of money from all the golf winnings.
Yeah.
And he would be like the John Daly of today, like just constantly relevant in like the YouTube era.
Super popular. Virginia Venet, you got her.
He would be so hot on TikTok.
You won your grandma's house back. Like, who's better than you?
It's true.
You're a hero.
You beat your arch nemesis. That's a great one. That's a great one.
Beat your arch nemesis. Shot a nail into a guy's head.
Who's now your best friend?
Yep. So that's my number 4.
I like it. Matt, fourth round pick.
Okay, here's a good one. Donna from Mamma Mia. That is Meryl Streep's character. She lives this amazing, serendipitous life in the Greek islands, running this like little shithole like hotel. Somehow she has money for all of this. She has these like very handsome male suitors coming after her. You know, if I was in her shoes, that would be something I'd want. And then, I mean, it's just like, and her life is the soundtrack of ABBA, which is, I'm a huge fan of ABBA. So I would So, I mean, it's just, have you ever seen those movies? Have either of you guys ever watched those movies?
I have never seen Mamma Mia.
I've seen some of them.
Her life is the most amazing, like, the life that she lives is the most amazing life. She, like, has, like, these friends, and she like, moves around the world, and then she ends up on this beautiful Greek island with this little, like, hotel. It's incredible. So, yeah.
That actually sounds very nice.
Donna from Mamma Mia. She does, I mean, spoiler alert, she does die before her time. But then there's this great sequel, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, where everybody, like, has this gigantic, they reopen the hotel and they have this gigantic party for her. One of the truest things about life is you die twice. Once when they put you in the ground, and then the second time when someone stops saying your name. And with a sequel like that, with everybody praising me and, talking about me and having this huge thing with Andy Garcia and Cher, then I will live forever. Again, I want to live forever. So.
Yes, I was sticking with the immortality theme.
There we go. Donna from Mamma Mia.
Donna. I like that pick. All right, my fourth round pick is going to be Ben Gates from National Treasure.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
And Sir Nicolas Cage. He's not a knight, but he is in If I Take Over. So I was thinking, like, I'm a huge history buff. Like, love history, love documentaries, all that stuff. So I can't think of anything cooler than being able to, like, chase down all these, like, secrets on the United States. And, like, finding all this ancient treasure and all that type of stuff. So it seems like a very fascinating life. And again, he has like a very loyal crew that like is close to him. And it just seems like an exciting life. I mean, not the most like stable life compared to some of my other characters.
Yeah.
And it is Nicolas Cage, so shit could hit the fan at any minute. But I think I would like very much enjoy at least the adventurous part of it. And that outweighs any other cons for me.
That's incredible. Love that pick.
Thank you.
Great one.
And then I will start off the fifth round with this would probably be my number one. Like now that I'm thinking of it.
All right.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez from The Sandlot.
Ooh.
Good pick. Good pick.
And I feel like he's like he's the only character I have who like you kind of see his whole life in the movie. Because you have like, almost the entirety of the movie is him as a child, and he's just like a god. Like he's a neighborhood god.
Yeah.
He's like the coolest kid in the neighborhood. And like he could very easily be like a burnout, or like, he had his best years when he was 15. But then at the end, you see he actually became a professional baseball player, which is pretty badass.
Yeah.
He made it.
Yep.
And he's still friends with like his childhood friends, which is very enviable. I admire that about him. And he gets to steal home base, which is a very rare thing. It's a very rare feat in baseball. And
Not
he
more
has
rare than stealing first.
Well, that's because that's not a thing.
It
And he
should
has
be.
a very solid mustache.
Benny the Jet is a great pick. That is an awesome pick. That movie has such great, like, I know that like The Sandlot has been beaten to the ground as far as nostalgia. There's been so many companies that have capitalized off of merchandise from the Sandlot and everything. But like, if you go back and watch that movie, there's nothing that beats that feeling of watching that movie. And Benny the Jet is a god in his neighborhood.
He is.
He's a god.
The best.
He's a god.
That movie has it all.
He's
It's
cool
like,
forever.
He's cool. He is cool forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so he would probably be my top one out of all my picks, but I'm gonna use him to kick off the 5th round.
Very good.
Send it back to Matt.
Here's my last one. The most relaxed of all my picks, the Dude.
Yep, I knew that one was coming.
That's a good one.
The Dude is he just likes to bowl. He likes to partake in the weed. He just likes to party. Like, he is the Dude. And the Dude abides. And it's a great movie. Having Walter as a best friend is kind of crazy. But then again, I have probably, like, if you like melt Derek and Neil together, you probably get Walter.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
True.
Like,
Especially in like the next 10 years or so. That's very close to what they would be.
You get Neil's bowling etiquette, streak, and just like Derek's insaneness. So, yeah, you got Walter there. You got your friend Donnie. He's a little bit cooler. He does die, but yeah, the dude abides.
I think that's a good one too for like it's just comedic enough where like things are going to be okay for you.
Yeah, he does have a few rough patches, but that's only a few weeks of his life. Who knows? The rest of his life is he's the dude.
Exactly.
I'm the dude, man.
You do love bathrobes.
Oh yeah, and true, right? Fucking bathrobes, man. I'm a huge fan of bathrobes. That'd be for me all the way. I mean, half the reason I picked Gandalf is because he wears robes like that. I mean, that's just
constant comfort.
That's just the look, man. Yeah,
smart.
I'm the dude.
I like it a lot. All right, Adam, finish us off.
So my last pick, I wanted to break my mold with the comedy characters, and so I was a little more lenient with the life that my character would lead. And at first I was going to say one character, and then Jen reminded me that he was killed by his son in one of the movies. Very popular character. So I didn't go with that one.
Who is it?
Han Solo.
Right. Yes, that's the reason why I didn't pick Han Solo as well. Tough end.
Right. So I am picking a character that dies in or might die in his movie.
I know you're picking.
And I'm going with Bodhi from Point Break.
Hell yes.
As my last pick.
Okay.
All of my picks were comedy movies, but there's always that crazy person that lives inside everybody. And if I'm gonna be a crazy person, I'd like it to be Bodhi.
It's a great
just
pick.
a daredevil who is the coolest guy in town, robs banks, does what he needs to do to get the job done, and just loves surfing.
I wish I loved anything as much as he loves singer. Like obviously, like I love Lindy. Let's not bring that into it. Outside of that, but I mean, like
nobody's questioning that.
As far as hobbies go, like I'm so jealous of people like that are so singularly focused on one thing. Like I guess for the dude, it's bowling, right? But he also has a few. But for Bodhi, everything he does serves surfing.
Right.
Everything. Robbing banks serves his lifelong goal of catching waves. That's it.
Yep.
That's fucking badass.
And I did think about Johnny Utah too, because he makes it. But I wanted to like really break the mold of my other picks, so I'll go with Bodhi.
In my mind, Bodhi is alive.
I think he made it.
Yeah.
I think he made it. And then so obviously Han Solo is a runner-up for me. Billy Madison is a runner-up for me. I asked Jen this question, and at first she said she'd want to be Casper the Friendly Ghost, but then said Casper doesn't eat, so she didn't want to be Casper anymore.
Yeah, they just I wonder if they don't even taste it, right? It just goes straight through.
Yeah.
My honorable mentions were Batman. It would be awesome to be a Playboy billionaire, but he has a very tough life and very strenuous.
Mm-hmm.
So no.
Also, his parents were murdered in front of him.
Yeah, I tend to pick the people with the murdered parents.
Yeah, that would be two for you.
Ellen Ripley was another one for me. It's just like anything where like a world where people are traveling through space is just like a normal thing. Like they're on freighters and they're on spaceships and like that's a normal thing. That's a fucking awesome place to live. Lando for the same reason and because he doesn't meet a bitter end like Han Solo. Marty McFly because of the time travel. And where's my last one? And Neo. Neo lives a very stressful life from the Matrix, but also like being able to plug in and learn anything on the fly would be awesome.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. Also, I don't know if I can handle the fact that like there's a real world and then there's the Matrix. I think that might break me.
Too much. Too heavy.
That's a lot of information to handle.
Very heavy. Ryan, what about you? Do you have any honorable mentions?
I did. I had one. Jack Burns from Meet the Parents, Robert De Niro's character.
Oh, nice.
I feel like that would be like a cool life to live. You're like a very successful guy, but you're in the CIA, so you have this like secret life to you, but you also have like a very loving family. I mean, if the worst thing in your life is that you have a son-in-law coming in who is just like a little odd, like Greg wasn't that bad. He was just trying to impress the family. He wasn't like a murderer or anything.
His heart was in the right place.
Exactly. So yeah, Jack Burns was one, and I think that's all I had for my honorable mention. I was like going back and forth on a bunch of different animated characters, but couldn't really land on one.
I thought of Aladdin at first. That was the first person that came to mind because of the magic carpet and the genie and all that. That would be cool.
All right, so I will go through the snake draft of our top five movie characters. So round one, Ryan's first round pick is Rusty Ryan, Brad Pitt from the Ocean's movies. Matt's pick is Gandalf. Adam's pick is Austin Powers. Starting off the second round, Adam's second round pick is Ferris Bueller. Matt going out there with the T-800. And Ryan going with Anton LeConte, the male prostitute from Deuce Bigalow. Kicking off the third round, Jeremy Gray from Wedding Crashers. Then Matt coming in with Harry Potter. Where's Potter?
Where's Potter?
Adam finishing off the third round with Ace Ventura. Adam kicking off the fourth round with Happy Gilmore. Matt, his fourth round pick is Donna from Mamma Mia.
Correct.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Ryan finishing off the fourth round with Ben Gates from National Treasure. Ryan leading off the fifth round with Benny the Jet Rodriguez. Matt, his fifth round pick, The Dude. And Adam finishing us off with Bodhi from Point Break. Well done.
That's a good list.
That was fun.
Was there any overlap with the list that you saw, Ryan?
No. So the ones that I saw they were just kind of like it was Vito Corleone. Actually, yes, Happy Gilmore was one.
Okay.
But it was like Vito Corleone, Happy Gilmore. They picked Ryan Gosling's character from Crazy Stupid Love, which is actually a very good pick.
That is a good one.
Just like independently wealthy, stunningly handsome. Like that's probably a good one. But yeah, Happy Gilmore was the only one I remember seeing from those guys' choices.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. What have you guys been watching? Ryan, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. I have a very short list, especially compared to weeks past. So I've been watching The Nanny on HBO Max. They just started streaming it. It's it's pretty funny. So it's like the 90s sitcom, Fran Drescher. It's like, there's not like a ton to it, but it's like one of those 90s sitcom that's very enjoyable, especially as a background show. And Holly loves it, which I did not know. So we've been watching that. We've actually been like burning through it. We watched the first 3 seasons. And I will say the show is made a lot better because the studio audience loves The Nanny. Like whoever they have in the studio audience is just like upset. They laugh at every joke, which that could kind of make or break a show. I mean, I know that like it's all in their control, but like the audience is like dying laughing at certain scenes that are like kind of funny. But them like really being into it makes the show, I think, funnier than it should be. Have you either of you guys ever seen The Nanny?
No.
I that's one of those things, one of those shows where I know what it is and I know the characters in it, but I've only seen like maybe a handful of episodes from reruns somewhere along the line. You know what I mean? Like I know it exists, but I've never
really, it was kind of before our time too. Like it was in the early 90s, so I don't think like 5-6 year old boys were watching The Nanny or like clamoring to watch it. But it is pretty funny and it is a good background show. I love the opening credits tell like the entire storyline of the whole show, which is like she in the first scene of the show
So
she
it's like
gets
Fresh Prince.
yeah, pretty much. So in the first scene of the show, she's working at this this clothing store and her boyfriend's the manager, and the boyfriend fires her and dumps her for a prettier woman. So then she has to
Oh.
leave, and she's going like door to door selling makeup, and she happens to go to this house where this guy who's a widower trying to hire a nanny for his 3 kids. So he ends up hiring her, even though she has no nanny experience, and hijinks ensue. But it's a pretty good show, especially if you need like a good background show.
Hmm.
Also been watching Succession on HBO. Actually, I just started it, so we've only seen the first 5 episodes, and it's okay. I kind of was expecting a lot more. To be honest.
Really? People got their dicks hard for that show.
I don't know. It's like the pace of it and everything. It feels like they keep setting you up for like what's gonna happen, and nothing's happened yet. Like,
So you're like waiting for the other shoe to drop?
yeah, which is fine. It's just sometimes those like that, having that strategy doesn't work for me.
I love Succession. I love it so much.
So you've seen all the episodes?
Yeah, I love.
Did you love even like the first season, like the first half?
From what I remember, it's tough because Lindy and I that was one of the shows like we when I say like when you look up binge in the dictionary, like we did that. Like we fucking we watched all of it in like a day. So I don't remember the breakout because it was like I got instant gratification switching from season 1 to season 2, but I do remember it being like it's just like it's essentially that scene from South Park when the guy's yelling out the window, the Game of Thrones one, where he's like, "Stop walking around my garden talking about betrayal." It's that. I mean, it's
That's the thing.
It's just betrayal.
Yeah, they're all terrible to each other.
Yes. It's also just cool to like. I love that world of like the super rich.
I do too.
It's just
yeah.
it's a totally different world. Like we see like so many shows and movies in the opposite direction of like the poor versus the rich, and like we're very familiar with like the world of the poor and like drugs and things like that. But like the super rich is such a weird world that like we have no idea like what this kind of shit that they're doing or what resources they have at their disposal and how they really control like the narrative and media and everything like that. And like this is like a really good look at that. It's fiction, but it's some of
it's probably not that far off though.
No, I mean some of it's pulled from I forget who the like Brian Cox is based after some I forget what his name is, but like someone like that.
Probably like Rupert Murdoch or someone.
Right, exactly. That's the name. Yeah, Rupert Murdoch. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna keep watching, and I do like how Tom, like the son-in-law, and Greg, they're like such good comic relief.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they kind of keep it light. But yeah, I'm hoping like things start to happen because all the characters are terrible people.
Very
so like
yes.
I want all bad things to happen to all of them at once. So I'm like, I need, you need something to start happening, which I'm sure it will. I mean,
where are you right now?
So I'm on episode 6, and Kendall is he keeps like saying he's gonna do a vote of no confidence for Logan.
Right.
So they just had the Thanksgiving where like his brother, Logan's brother, came over from Canada, and so episode 6 just started before. I'll probably pick up after this podcast, but I'll keep you guys posted on how I like it. Holly is not a fan.
Okay.
So
yeah, keep me updated because I'm curious to see how your mind changes at the end of season 1.
I will.
Yeah, me too.
And then I also watched WrestleMania. WrestleMania was a 2-night extravaganza this year, which so much better as 2 nights. Like you just didn't feel burnt out watching it. But it was really cool to see fans in the audience again. This is their first show in over a year, like over 13 months that they've actually had fans. Excuse me. And there was a good amount of fans. It was at Raymond James Stadium, home of the Bucks, home of the Super Bowl champion Buccaneers.
Super Bowl champion Giovanni Bernard adding Buccaneers.
I saw that. Very interesting. But yeah, WrestleMania was really good. All the matches were pretty solid. There really weren't any, like the Fiend versus Randy Orton match kind of stunk. They didn't do much, but almost all the matches were pretty high quality, and the fans were super into it. Like they were just going along with everything. So I think they were just happy to be there. But yeah, really good show. It's on Peacock if anyone is interested in watching it. It's like almost 8 hours
Do you
between the 2 nights.
do you like the Peacock layout and how it works with WWE Network?
I do.
Okay.
It's not bad. So WWE has like its own tab on the top,
Yeah.
but whenever there's like a show, as soon as you go on Peacock, like from the main home screen, it'll have like you'll log into Peacock and they'll have like watch WrestleMania now. So you don't have to even get to the WWE section.
Oh, cool.
So I'm glad they worked something like that.
It's like
I'm
featured.
Sure
There's like a featured section.
yeah, and they actually did that for the Mick Foley Edge documentary that I talked about last episode. So
Yeah.
I think whenever WWE releases something new, Peacock will kind of promote it on their homepage. But then the WWE section is easy to navigate too.
Mark texted me. The reason why I asked that is because I find it pretty easy to navigate. Mark texted me while we were at Neil's wedding. It was saying to me, "It was like, wow, they really just don't care. Like they packed that stadium, huh?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm watching WrestleMania." And then like a minute goes by, and he goes, "Oh, I don't think I'm watching the right WrestleMania." He was watching MetLife. And he hadn't seen that one. And he's like, something seemed weird. So,
I mean, there was a good. I mean, they're not even close to full capacity, but they had a good amount of people.
Yeah, yeah. It looked like they had a good amount of people. That's fun. That must be fun for the wrestlers.
Yeah. However, they mic'd it up too was great. Like it was coming through the TV really well. So
cool.
Yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Nice. I only have two things. I'm continuing to watch Lost. We haven't watched any since the last we talked, or I think we only watched like one or two. I'm excited to wrap that up, but also like sad kind of to like be done with all these characters. So that's
bittersweet.
I was bummed the next night after we finished Lost. Like, what the hell do we watch now? So we're looking for like that next like investment of a show. You know what I mean?
Also, I went the entire time since the show came out till this point, and nothing had been spoiled for me, and then Fam almost spoiled it the other night, and I wanted to. I had to just like turn away and completely like shut my ears off. Like,
do you know how many times he almost spoiled something for me for that show?
I don't know. How
I had to like yell at him
about
on the phone, like, Anthony, stop.
Yeah, I don't know how you talk. I wouldn't have been able to talk to him about it because he doesn't know when to stop with that.
Right, he doesn't get it.
He like, I don't know how he watched, but like he cannot keep his timeline straight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
And that's the other thing,
did it happen? Did that happen in season 2 or season 5?
Right.
I don't fucking know, Anthony. Just don't say anything.
I cannot talk. I couldn't talk with someone that doesn't remember like right away. Like if you hadn't just watched, because that can get easily confused. Like I just watched Succession in the last year, and I can't tell. I wouldn't bring up anything to Ryan about what happened because I wouldn't want to spoil anything. Because I don't remember exactly what happened when. I know like the highlights of it, but it almost was spoiled for me. But then I remembered that you told me that Fam has no idea what's going on in the finale, so I just took that as
no.
All right, so yeah, watching Lost. I started watching this new show that I want both of you to start watching, and I want anybody that's listening to start watching. When you guys get a chance, add it to your list. It's called 000. And after I watch this show, I'm going to go right into Gamora because this is the creator of Gamora. Ryan,
well,
the show,
my boy Dane DeHaan's in it.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. It's the creator of Gamora, which is the Italian crime drama. Made this, or is making this. It's only one season right now. Started in 2019, right before the pandemic it came out. It also stars Ed Byrne. I think his name is Ed Byrne. He's Gabriel Byrne. Sorry, Gabriel Byrne. He's the D'Artagnan from Man in the Iron Mask, and it's a crime drama, and it's about the drug trade between America and Italy, and it's about mob bosses and family revenge and backstabbing, and it's done mostly in Italian with subtitles, but also in English because there's a part of the story that happens in New Orleans, and it's just like fantastically shot. The writing is really good, and it just feels like a quality show. I'm only 1.5 episodes in, and all the characters already are like super, like I can already see the depth of the characters. Adam, your boy, Dane DeHaan, has like a. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not going to explain anything. You just have to go into it dry because the first episode sets up everything like very well.
Okay, yeah. So I've been wanting to check that out on Prime, and I've also been wanting to check out that show called Them on Prime because Stephen King had like really high praise for it in an interview I saw with him. So those two Prime shows are on my list.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. 000. It's all one word, and you Zero. So yeah,
Cool.
000, and that's it. And then also I'm excited to watch there's a docuseries coming out on HBO called Exterminate All the Brutes.
I think it's out.
Is it out now?
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing it episodically, but at least the first episode's out.
Oh, well, I'm gonna also fit that into my watch schedule this coming week because that looks very good too. It talks about the colonization, like from America to England and all that. And
yeah, it looks really good.
And how bad it is for people. So fun, nice and light. Adam, what have you been watching?
So I went with you and Mike D to see Godzilla vs. Kong. I'm sure you guys talked about it on the last podcast, so
yeah,
I won't harp too much on it. I enjoyed it. I'm one of those people that I knew exactly what I was getting out of it. Like wasn't looking for an acting clinic in it. I wanted to see, a giant lizard amphibian fight a giant monkey, and that's what I got, and it was great. The fight scenes were badass. There were so many like awesomely framed shots of the fight scenes, and just other scenes of Godzilla and or Kong, like fish out of water in like just a gigantic animal someplace that you would never expect to see it, like fighting on a fucking battle cruiser.
Yeah, I want that. I want that aircraft carrier shot like painted on one of the walls in my house, and not even like this room where I podcast. Maybe like our living room. And bedroom just like not bedroom ceiling and not tell Lindy, or maybe I'll have it like paint on the side of my car,
or the inside of your eyelids.
It's perfect. I can see it.
Please open your eyes.
I've also I've been continuing to watch Kimmy Schmidt, which I think is a hysterical show. It's one of those shows that Jen and I pop on, just a quick half-hour show.
I gotta give that another try.
It's funny, man. I was talking to Justine about it the other day. And she said she tried it too, and she fell off on it. And you know what I think it is? I think it like the middle of season 1, it loses a little bit of something in the middle of season 1. But like once you get past that, like her roommate Titus, I think is hysterical. And then the old lady landlord it's the same actress that plays Grandmama from the Addams Family movies. It's like I guess I never realized that they like olded her up in those movies, because like she's old now, you know what I mean, when I thought she was old in the 90s. But she's hysterical, and what Jen and I talk about all the time with that character is like, that is a character that I want to see a show about, like this lady who's been living in like a in and around New York City since like the 1960s, like an old lady living by herself, owns a building, like doesn't want the neighborhood to change, like likes to live a certain way, like sort of like living like almost like a Frank Reynolds lifestyle. That's the show I want to see.
Like Elena from Billy on the Street.
No, I haven't seen it.
You ever see Billy on the Street?
I've seen Billy on the Street, yeah.
No, like remember like the woman Elena? She's like an older woman. It's like this one like random. She's not an actress. She's just like a random New Yorker that he like stopped on the street, and then they just like had this. She's insane.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So then he like always brings her back, but she's just like this like 70-year-old, like has clearly lived in New York her whole life, like this super particular like. But she's got to be like the weirdest, strangest, most interesting person. Yeah. Like I want to know everything about her.
That's the show.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, Billy Eichner, is that how you say his last name? He was in like a cameo in Kimmy Schmidt in an episode. Like they do like a lot of flashbacks to like her in the bunker and like them in different points in the past of their lives, and they're really funny too. I'm in season 3 of Letterkenny now, Matt. I think that show is hysterical.
It's so dumb, right? It's so
dumb. I love the Hockey Bros, obviously. I think they're hysterical. It's two characters playing the role of one person, Ryan, and that is what makes it funny, because they're so codependent, and they just like they riff off of each other really
they're
well.
they're never alone in a scene. It's always
Right.
They're always in frame together, and they always talk as one.
Right.
It's wild.
I love all like the hockey talk and the hockey terms. It's very very relatable. Those characters are very relatable for me. And I also think that the Stuart and the other meth heads are hilarious. Like Stuart is a fucking crazy person.
Yeah.
It's the show's about this like it's like Trailer Park Boys with like snappy writing and better production value.
Younger people too.
And what I didn't know is that Wayne is like the creator of Wayne and Glenn are the creators of the show, the priest.
Yeah, Wayne was just in a movie or something, and I was like,
not
what
priest, but he's like a church guy.
He was in something recently, and I was like, what do I recognize him from? I said it on the podcast. I'm gonna look it up right now. He was in something. He was like a soldier or something.
Oh, I don't know, but it's one of those like, you know, it's like another Trailer Park Boys for me. You know, it's like a quick half-hour show I can pop on if like Jen is working on something or, you know, doing something else. I just pop it on, and I think they're funny.
Oh, he's in Elysium.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. And last but not least, I watched a movie today. I wanted to watch it last night, and I suggested it to Jen. She goes, "But I'm going to work today, so you can just watch it by yourself tomorrow because I don't want to see it." And Matt and I were super psyched to see it. And it's The New Mutants. So The New Mutants is like an X-Men property, and it's about it. You know, production leading up to it sounded really cool. Like it's like a horror movie. They framed it as like a horror movie where, you know, there's mutants involved. Like, okay, I'm into this. This will be like a whole new twist on your typical superhero movie. And there were like pieces in the movie that I thought were cool and like, but overall the movie was bad. It was bad. And I was, you know, was not expecting it to be as bad as it was. Ryan, it was like Hollywood liked the movie bad.
I mentioned it to her. She's not an X-Men fan, so she might have to pass on it.
Sorry, you don't see their powers till about 40 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. Though. I don't think Hollywood.
Really bury that.
I disagree. Knowing a good deal amount of Holly's taste in movies, I think that's not the type of like bad movie she'd be into, because I am into the same type of bad movies, because like just like that Fantastic Four movie, like there's nothing redeeming from it other than it's bad. Like it's bad. Like you know, like Thanksgiving, like is bad.
That's bad.
But also we can laugh and talk about how the turkey dressed up as the girl's dad and tricked her.
Yeah,
that's bad. But that right, exactly. You know, it probably has no redeeming qualities from what it sounds like.
It's not like Thanksgiving bad. It's more in the vein of Fantastic Four.
Right,
bad.
and that sucks. That just sucks.
But it had a really good. So the positive things I will say is like, I really like the concept of like, you know, these kids being trapped sort of in like so they sort of lead you to believe that they're in sort of like superhero purgatory. Like, are they going to be called up to the X-Men with Charles Xavier, or like what else is going on?
Do they call Charles by name? Do they like talk to Charlie? You don't talk to McAvoy? No. He's not in that at all.
They talk about the X-Men, no one individually, and like instead of saying Charles Xavier, they go like this. You know what I mean? Like his move.
Yeah.
And he puts his finger to his temple.
What a weird.
It's implied. But that movie also got like hosed by the Fox sale to Disney. Like there were a lot of things that happened in production. Like I was looking up on the trivia of it. It had 4 different release dates. It was supposed to be released 4 different times. So there's no way that helped. Rosario Dawson was supposed to be in it. She dropped out. John Hamm shot scenes for that movie, and John Hamm is not in the movie. So he was supposed to be part of like it was planned to be like a 3-movie arc where he'd be like the big bad. You know what I mean? But I think that got thrown out the window with the Fox sale to Disney.
So does it feel like it's just drifting and going nowhere?
It sort of does.
That's so
like
sad. That's so sad for that movie, because the sale definitely killed any momentum it had. because you can't
What-
build off of anything. You can't, and that's what those superhero movies really look for. Like, how many superhero movies do we know that we just see one and we're like, you know what, good, lock it up, put it away.
So the one thing that was so disappointing was like I really was excited about the concept of the movie, and the powers that the kids have are like for the most part cool. Like the Anya Taylor-Joy is in it, and like she plays a mutant and named Magic, and like her powers were super cool. Like Magic can teleport, and she can like she's like a sorceress. She like turns her arm turns like fucking metal, and she gets this awesome like flaming blue sword, and she can like travel like interdimensionally, and she's like it's a cool X-Men power. And another one is Sunspot, like he's like the Human Torch basically.
Okay.
Is another cool one. But then Macy Williams is in it, and her character, Matt, she turns into a dog. That's her character.
Like a strong dog.
No, just like a regular sized dog.
Just really, just like
or a wolf maybe. Just turns into a regular sized wolf, and then she can be like halfway in between, where like she's kind of fast and she can claw you up real good, but like not like Wolverine. She turns into a dog. And then the lead actress is terrible. I don't know where they got her from. She is terrible. There's like one point I have no idea. 20 minutes in the movie, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing here? Who is this?
I'm gonna look her up.
Like, why isn't Anya Taylor-Joy the main character? Why isn't her character the main person in this movie? And then last but not least, I was texting Ryan, the older brother from Stranger Things.
Yes.
Whose older brother is that? Charlie Heaton, I think is his name. Matt, after this movie came out, they should have fired him from Stranger Things because he's terrible. Like, he has an accent in the movie, a southern accent that is like, it comes in and out, and then sometimes it's like he's from Serbia. Like, it's awful. So unnecessary for him to have it.
Alice Braga?
Yeah, so that was the role that
is that Alice Braga is the lead you're talking about who's bad?
No, so she's like a woman, right? Alice is an older woman. No, so that was who Rosario Dawson was supposed to be.
Blue Hunt, Danny Moonstar?
Yes, her. Awful.
I've never seen this person before in my life.
Not in anything. But then you have like Anya Taylor-Joy's in a lot of stuff. Charlie Heaton is very recognizable. That the guy Henry Zaga that plays Sunspot, like he's in a couple of other things. But they chose Macy Williams, but they chose like the least known actress to be the lead, and she was awful.
What a weird call.
Yeah. And you know what her power was, Ryan? She could make you see your greatest fears so they can kill you. Like, that's not as fucking cool as your arm turning metal with as your arm turning metal with a sword. And she has a dragon too. Like, sorry, I forgot about that. The girl whose arm turns metal with a sword has a dragon.
Yeah, how is she not the main one?
So was it scary?
Not really, Matt. I was in and out of it, and it just felt like
it's so sad that X-Men saga ended with like 2 total duds.
Yeah.
This movie that's been dragged on the highway for fucking since 2 exits ago, and Dark Phoenix. It just like what a total stinker.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix stunk.
And hopefully, here's the only thing that we have to look forward to is like, yeah, sure, like this X-Men universe that we love is like over pretty much. But now Marvel has the reins. So, we could see some cool things. I would really love it if they brought in characters from that universe, though. Obviously, our number one choice would be Fassbender, but who knows? I don't know, that sucks. I'm probably not even going to bother watching it.
No, I wouldn't waste my time.
If it happens to be on,
it just stinks because it had so much potential. You know what I mean? Like with a different type of superhero, like hero movie with young up and coming actors. Like they're like they picked cool mutant for the most part mutants with cool powers. Even Charlie Heaton's character was played Cannonball, and he was like super fast and like basically a cannonball, but like the way they did it was actually pretty cool.
Like the
They
Juggernaut?
didn't like. They also didn't use their powers a whole lot. You know what I mean?
It's weird. It's weird.
I don't know.
The New
So
Mutants.
disappointing.
It's weird. It's weird.
And that's all I got.
This really, like, what a sad couple of years for Maisie Williams, huh? Like,
Yeah.
top of the top as far as popularity goes for Game of Thrones, and then Game of Thrones comes to an end in 2019? 2018?
2019.
And that obviously didn't go well for anybody in that show. And then this movie, which was probably filmed in 2015, 2016, right?
Yeah. It was filmed. It was actually filmed a couple towns over in Medfield.
Oh, yeah. And it was filmed literally, I think it was 2016, 2015 when they filmed it.
So it was supposed to be originally slated for 2018 and then pushed April 2018 and then February 2019. And then it was pushed again after it got sold to August 2019. And then it was pushed again to April 3rd, 2020 for X-Men Dark because of X-Men Dark Phoenix. And then on March 2020, it was postponed due to COVID. And then they finally just released it on May 13th, 2020.
I remember I was talking to you. I'm like, oh, when is New
Oh, wait,
Mutants
no, I'm
coming out?
sorry. It was on May 13th, they announced that they were going to push it to August 2020. So April 13th, 2018, August 28th, 2020. That is the time. It was done.
That's such a huge gap.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Adam, for taking the bullet for us and watching that. So now we don't have to.
Yeah, I'll never watch it.
Sorry.
Even if someone forces me to, I'll cut my eyes out.
There's really nothing now that draws me to it.
Oh.
I mean, because it's not connected at all to the other X-Men movie, and none of those
Right.
characters
There's no
are in it.
reason.
I mean, I watched
There's no
Dark
reason to
Phoenix
watch
because
it.
that's the wrap up of those characters from Days of Future Past and all that. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, also the Anya Taylor-Joy's character is Colossus's younger sister. No mention of it at all.
Really?
Like big metal Colossus.
That's so fucking strange.
No mention of it.
That's so strange.
Ryan, Colossus is a pretty well known.
You saw Deadpool, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't really remember it.
No, he's the big
The big metal
the
guy.
big metal guy, big silver
Okay.
guy. But also his character was like, I like his character in Deadpool, but he's always metallic. I like the old Colossus from like the old X-Men movies.
Yeah,
he
go
was a good
back and
character.
forth.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, Adam, do you have anything else, or am I cutting you off?
That's all I got. Thanks for joining my podcast. And
I liked what we did today. I like the top 5 movie characters. We should come up with something, or if someone out there that's listening, Jeff and Justine, if you have anything you want to do for the next one, also submit your 5. If you're out there listening, submit your 5 movie characters that you would want to be. Hit us up on Twitter at Average Nobodies. And you can also find us at youtube.com/TheAverageNobodies. And also this podcast is on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and also Google Play Podcasts. So pretty much anywhere where podcasts are found, you can find us there. Anything else you guys want to add?
that's all I got. Until next time.
Yeah,
Look
everybody
forward to the next one.
Yes, me too. Everybody have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.